Alright, homies, I believe we are on day 6 of reading Jurassic Park, the novel that inspired the movie. New people, just me reading the book, reacting to the book as I read it. And also, just to make sure, like, if I misinterpret some shit, you correct me, make sure I'm not an idiot, and I'm actually understanding the book. Alright, let's start reading. Look at my bookwork, by the way. Oh, we're also starting on page 129, Control. Alright, so Wu said he thinks they did 15, and Malcolm was like, you think? He goes, well, sometimes when you're developing, a certain thing goes wrong, so we don't have the actual full species thing available. So, and he's explaining that. And then Malcolm's like, all right, do you have, and then Grant goes, a compy. And fucking Wu's like, oh yeah, we bred a bunch of them. And they're like, why'd you breed a bunch of them? And he goes, well, we want the Jurassic Park to be as authentic as possible. And they're scavengers. And they're like, so you did to get the carcasses? He goes, that'd be an idea, but with only 235, I think he said, animals on the island, they're not a lot of carcasses, but the bigger sauropods, they don't really digest their food that much, and their shit is, like, huge. And he hasn't full-blown said it yet, but it sounds like the compies are there to, like, eat the shit, so it's not dinosaur shit all over the island, which is pretty funny. Yep, that was the thing. The compies eat their shit, and they break it down the rest of the way. So, okay, yeah. Then there's 50 compies altogether they made, or around that number, he said. Alright, and Malcolm starts asking him, okay, what if one of the animals got on the island? He goes, impossible. He goes, just tell me. He's like, no, you want to know how I know it's possible? He goes, how? He goes, well, it takes a day by boat. The nearest land's like 120 miles, I think he said. So, like, it's a long swim, and even if they did somehow, they die. Because he fucks with their enzyme or whatever the fuck, and so, like, unless they're, like, they get fed the shit they did at the park, so if they go, like, more than 12 hours without, like, getting that thing or whatever the fuck, they basically just, like, go into a coma and they'll die. So it sounds like they got everything covered, but, you know, obviously they don't got everything covered. Oh, and then they also said the control room counts how many animals there are, like, every few minutes. The computer counts it. So, like, even if they did disappear, they would supposedly know immediately. But again, we got the copies off the island, so you know. Alright, so they're asking, okay, so, like, Ellie, there's something wrong with the dock, so they're, like getting held up for a minute. And Ellie's like, okay, so we haven't seen these animals for millions of years. Nobody's ever seen a dinosaur. How do you know it's developing correctly? He goes, well, that's what, when Wu says, that's why I got paleontology, so you guys can, like, double check. It's kind of your job. She's like, oh, sweet. And then Grant's immediately like, got adult raptors here? And like, yeah. So can we see him? And Wu's like, no, they're not part of the park. And it's like, we got a little storage thing over there, so you can check. And it's like, fine. So Wu seems iffy about the fucking full-grown raptors. They got 8 fully grown female raptors. This version of Grant full-blown likes kids. So he is very different from the movie one, because, you know, the movie versus Grant is he full-blown did not fuck with kids. This one, he's good with kids. And this is adorable. Fucking the reason why this version of Grant likes kids is because they like dinosaurs. And he basically says kids basically, like, pause and read if you want. He's basically saying kids, like, look at dinosaurs like their parents, and they love their parents. That's wholesome as hell. So they went to visit the raptors, and they just see this one raptor, like, head, like, in the bushes, like, just watching them, like, not moving whatsoever. And he sees the one arm just kind of raising, and it's, like, super muscly. And Grant realizes it's hunting us. Like, granted, it's in the fence or whatever, fuck, so they're not, like, actually in danger. Well, not full-blown danger yet. But, like, the raptor's, like, stalking them right now. So the raptors attacked. Fucking 3 of them attacked. These raptors are 6 foot tall, so they're around the same size as the movie one. So I guess, like, they are also, like, genetically modified to be bigger. The movie one said just kind of presented how the raptors looked, but they attacked super fucking fast, 3 at once, all came at the shit. Malcolm said cheetah speed, so super fucking fast. All hit the fence at once and went off, and then they started staring at them again. And this guy comes out, and he's overall, he's like perimeter went off. He's like, yeah, they try to attack us. He goes, yep, they do that from time to time. And the one dude, let me find his name again. Malcolm goes, not too smart, are they? And he goes, be thankful for the fence, senor. And just goes back to that shit. 2 old pages are Dr. Wu going, I think we should get rid of all these dinosaurs and replace them with slower moving, more docile, domesticated dinosaurs. And John's like, no, they aren't real dinosaurs. Like, that's the thing. This is his whole speech he gave in Jurassic World. Nothing in this park is natural, and it's not real. We didn't bring the past back. We reconstructed the past. with what bits and pieces we could, but none of these creatures are real. We can make this much easier. And so I was like, well, that wouldn't be real. I was like, it's not real, period. John just was not listening. And now we're seeing Wu's backstory and when John recruited him, like, right out of fucking graduate school. And basically Wu's entire thing is, like, he wanted to just, like, impact the world of science, and, like, John was his best way to do that. And, like, the road was tricky and shit, but, like, we're gonna see where it leads him, fucking, you know. And then we snap back, and then it's basically John, like, telling Henry to fuck off. You know what? Wu seems like he's a good guy, you know? And interesting, there's 2 T-Rexes on the island, because in the movie on Isla Sorna, I think that's the main island Jurassic Park's on, they only got Rexy. And then, you know, the other islands got multiple ones, but I think the movie version was because Rexy was the biggest and baddest, she, like, bullied the other dinosaurs. They're like, okay, we're going to separate you, we'll just put you on the island. But this is just them explaining, like, how the computers track everything on the island. Here's a list of all the dinosaurs on the island. 238. But, alright, we're going over the system. Still talking about how it tracks the animals and shit. Fucking, he's talking about how the computer system itself is completely independent. Can't fuck with it. Can't shut it down. Has his own power grid and everything. And they're basically saying, like, of all the problems that Jurassic Park has, the animals getting out into the real world or escaping, it's, like, not a problem that they worry about. Though, obviously, they should. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the rest of this book. And apparently Nedry designed this entire fucking system. And Arnold's right, like, hell of a system. We're like, hell of the system. But I haven't really seen them interact, but they seem like they're like, you know, they don't hate each other like they did in the movie. Well, you know, in the movie it's more so Arnold hating Nedry, but still, you know. And this chapter basically ends with Malcolm going, yeah, I know dinosaurs got off there, like, how? And goes on this big thing, fucking basically, and they're using the wrong graphs and shit. And on the tour, we should see it. Alright, the tour is about to start. But I think it'll be a good place to leave it off because I got about 50 minutes till I have to clock into work, so might as well go in early. And that's a good spot to start off tomorrow, so if you like that, like it, follow, the normal shit. Deuces.